we're going to end, we can't end the program without going across the Atlantic to the clown show that's happening over there as well. Let's bring them on screen. I'm not certain that either of these is a better option, I have to say. But anyway, let's kick this off with just a little bit of video here. Well, a lot of people will have seen some of this already, but let's just see how this went. The debate that took place last night, supposed debate anyway.
I'd love to ask him, and will, why he allowed millions of people to come in here from prisons, jails, and mental institutions to come into our country and destroy our country.
President Trump, we will get to immigration later in this block. President Biden, I want to give you an opportunity to respond to this question about the national debt.
He had the largest national debt of any president in a 4-year period, number one. Number two, that $2 trillion tax cut benefited the very wealthy. What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. Billionaires in America. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 million, billion dollars, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
So it was quite a clown show, but not unexpectedly so, because I mean, what was anybody expecting? And the question has to be asked: why did they even hold it? We might have an answer to that in a second. As you might expect, there was lots of rallying around went on, well, let's just have a look at this.
You were out there getting a chorus of questions about whether Biden should step down. There is panic that has set in. There is panic that has set in among people who have watched this debate, who are Democrats, people who are strategists, and some even inside Democratic campaigns. Yeah. Do you think it's unfounded?
Well, I think it's unhelpful, and I think it's unnecessary. We've got to go in and got to keep our heads high. And as I say, we've got to have the back of this president. You don't turn your back because of one performance. What kind of party does that? It's been a masterclass. 15.6 million jobs. That's 8 times more than the last 3 Republican presidents combined. The only thing the last 3 Republican presidents have in common is recessions. Democrats deliver. This president has delivered. We need to deliver for him at this moment. With all due respect, the more time we start having these conversations go down these rabbit holes, it's unhelpful to our democracy, our fate and future of this country, the world. They need us right now to step up, and that's exactly what I intend to do.
Well, the question is, how far will he step up? Because he, along with Michelle Obama and possibly Kamala Harris, are looking like they're aiming to get Biden off the ballot and replace him with them. So it's still not too late for them to do that. We'll see what happens. But perhaps we leave it to the Russians to sum this up. So this is from Sputnik. So that was their take on the thing. That was what they heard as they watched the debate. Even in the mainstream press, people are apparently suggesting it's time for Biden to go. This is a headline in the New York Times today. Biden is a good man and a good president. He must bow out of the race. And then the question of why this even took place in the first place. Maybe this tweet gives us a clue. So this tweet says, MSNBC's Nicole Wallace just said conversations will take place to replace Biden tomorrow. It's not just a coincidence the left is ruling against Joe. The debate was a setup to replace Biden with Gavin Newsom that we just saw, Michelle Obama or Kamala Harris. So I think there's probably quite a lot to be said for that comment, because I just for the life of me cannot grasp why they even allowed this to happen, because it was inevitable that this would be the outcome. So anyway, we'll talk more about that in Extra, I'm quite sure. I'm going to say thank you very much to Ben and Debbie for joining me today. Thank you all for watching. If you're a UK Column member, we'll be back in a few minutes for some Extra. Otherwise, we will see you on Monday and for a special news program. So join us then. Have a great week.